session, I am going to walk you through the steps to create and use dynamic custom labels in LWC component. You might have used custom labels to store static text translation, but have you ever used it as a dynamic custom label where you can replace parameters? I am going to walk you through the steps of label and then dynamically replacing the parameters using LWC components. Stay tuned. Creating a custom label. I will search for custom labels from the setup. Then we will click on new custom labels and create a custom label for us. For this example, I have already created a dynamic label. As you can see, the label contains two parameters. I have named it as 0 and 1. You can rename it as per your choice. Now we are going to use this label in our LWC component. When working with dynamic custom labels in LWC, there is no way to replace the parameters in a custom label. We are going to take help from an Apex class, which is going to replace those parameters and then return the label in our LWC component. In this, I have created an aura enabled method which accepts two parameters. Then we are going to import and use the custom label that we just created. We are going to use the replace function to replace those parameters in the custom label with the parameters that are returned, that are passed to this custom method. We are then going to return the modified label. Next, we are going to create an LWC component, and in the JavaScript file, we are going to call this Apex class by import class name followed by the method name. To create two variables for the two parameters that we are going to pass to the Apex controller. Next, we are going to use the wire adapter and call the Apex method and pass those variables as a parameter to the Apex method. Next, we are going to assign the returned value to a variable that we just created. And then in the HTML code, we are going to use this dynamic label variable to show the label in the UI. We are going to deploy this code. Once the code is successfully deployed, we are going to navigate back to our UI. And then we can see that we have dynamically replaced in a custom label in LWC component using Apex. Reuse a dynamic custom label in multiple places like a flow component. Previous video on how we used dynamic custom labels in a flow. To be very useful, do subscribe to our channel and press on the bell icon, and do share this session with your friends. An article and go through the steps. You can follow our website and go through this article to read all the steps that we just discussed and go through the code snippets that you can copy and paste in your own Salesforce instance.